Before beginning assembly, it is imperative that an inventory of the parts be taken to ensure that no parts are missing, that the instruction manual is read thoroughly, and that all the steps are fully understood. For a list of components, consult the instruction guide. Assembly consists of 4 basic steps. Step 1. Installation of vertical posts with bases. Step 2. Installation of horizontal beam. Step 3. Installation of vertical posts without bases. Step 4. Installation of lateral posts. Step 1. Installation of vertical posts with bases. Place one of the bases on the floor at one end of the boat. Insert narrower section of one of the AB posts into the base. If it is necessary for you to place the base on one of the seat cushions, be sure to adequately protect the seat cushion with a swatch of carpet. Adjust the vertical post to a height of 78 inches. Make sure that there is at least a 6-inch overlap of Part A over Part B. And then secure the post with a metal pin. Insert Part C into the top of this vertical post and secure it with a plastic pin. Now, you must stabilize the vertical post using 4 straps. To assemble the straps, the teeth of the clamp on Part GI must be facing upward and GII must be inserted from the bottom to prevent GI from slipping off GII. To secure the posts with the straps, start by attaching the carabiners or climbing hooks of GII parts to 4 opposing anchor points on the boat. And then you can attach the other end of each of the straps to the eyelets on Part C at the top of the vertical post. The 4 straps must be installed in opposing directions in order to achieve the best possible stability for the vertical post. The straps can be tightened by pulling down on the loose ends of the straps, and this should be done from inside the boat as it is much simpler and easier to do this way. Repeat this process for the second vertical post at the other end of the boat. Step 2. The horizontal post. Insert one of the AB tubes through Part C at the top of each of the vertical posts. You can now bridge the gap between the 2 vertical posts with A and B tubes, securing them with plastic pins and making sure that the A and B parts of each tube are overlapped by at least 6 inches. Make sure that the horizontal beam you have just created is level. Step 3. Installing the vertical posts without bases. You can now install the other vertical posts without bases, as in Step 1, making sure they are evenly spaced according to the dimensions of your boat. These posts are also secured at the appropriate height of 78 inches with metal pins. At the end of this step, you should have 4 vertical support posts, and therefore 4 metal pins installed. You must now stabilize the new vertical posts using 2 straps per post. Be careful, these straps must be attached to the eyelets in Part C at the top of the vertical posts only and be solidly attached to opposing anchor points on the boat and tighten until an adequate tension is reached. Now that the frame is solidly supported by all 12 straps, insert one of the flexible unions into one end of the horizontal beam and secure it with a plastic pin. Now, insert the other end of the flexible union into an ABR tube and secure it with a plastic pin. Adjust the ABR tube so that it rests on the floor of the boat at as close to a 90-degree angle as possible and secure it with a plastic pin. Repeat this process at the other end of the boat. Once this is done, you should have a horizontal beam that runs the entire length of the boat as well as a total of 6 vertical posts. Step 4. Installing lateral connectors. First, assemble the tubes for your lateral connectors. Insert the floor casing protectors Part R into the B section, the narrower of the 2 parts of the AB tube, then insert the same end of the tube into a black foam protector, Part H. This step helps to protect the edges of the boat as well as the tarpaulin. The number of lateral connectors is proportional to the length of the boat. At this point, you can hook the remaining part C onto the horizontal beam and make sure they are evenly spaced by pairs. Insert the parts C, which are grouped into pairs, along the horizontal beam into the wider end of each of the padded tubes. Secure them with plastic pins, and then rest the padded ends of the tubes on the edge of the boat. You have now completed the installation of your Navigloo frame. All that's left is to cover the structure with your Navigloo tarpaulin and tie it down securely using the ropes provided for this purpose. It is also strongly recommended that an additional length of rope be belted around the hull of the boat over the tarp to hold it securely in place during the storage period.